I would like to see.
I mean,
Key
I
Glock
just
step
don't
up.
think enough people listen to Key Glock. And
They do. Key Glock has a lot. Bro, I was.
but it's like Batman and Robin. Like everyone loves.
We're back
Batman.
live now, just so you know.
Hey, in the building.
Apologize, folks, but a little technical difficulty, but we back.
You know, I'd like to just give not necessarily a shout out, but I think all these problems could be fixed if we had this thing you talked about.
Yeah,
last time.
producer would be pretty nice.
And I blame Cloud X.
I do as well.
Anyways. But
Still talk about music. Yeah, Key Glock or whatever you were saying.
I don't think Key Glock is going to... Because, like, Young Dolph and Key Glock is like Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Everybody loves Batman. Batman does everything. Yeah, Robin helps out. But if Batman wasn't there, nobody give a fuck about Robin.
Okay. Can I?
True that.
Can I interest you in a quick fact, real quick?
Go for it.
I was looking on Spotify. I think Young Dolph has like 5-point-something million followers.
Yeah.
Key Glock has upwards of 7.8 million.
When did this...
So you're saying
was his following this high before or after?
Before.
Okay.
So
And-
Key Glock has a decent following.
And he...
he's got a large
I
following.
like Key
but
Glock.
my thing is, though, is Key Glock...
I like his music.
Is Key Glock going to be able to keep the longevity?
I think that Key Glock, I would like to see Key Glock step up as the big man. I foresee it happening as the Paper Route Empire, you know, because he wants to keep the legacy alive.
Yes,
and
I would too.
Knowing how most artists and musicians have, I know Young Dolph has a bunch of unreleased music.
Most def.
So
Probably.
I don't see why Key Glock and the other artists, Snoop Bands and Big Meechy Grape and the rest of those dudes can't keep the legacy going.
I think that they should, and I'm all for, you know, keeping Young Dolph's legacy alive, because you should.
I mean, he's immortal. I mean, his music will live forever.
I want to be able to listen to Young Dolph, which I'm going to, but the same as like Tupac, Biggie, like 20 years after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like in 20 years.
I mean, you still be listening to it like it's the classics or something,
you know.
But
like, there's music that I listened to as a kid where I was like, that is dope, and then I haven't played the shit in 15 years.
yeah, that's true.
You know what
That's
I mean?
True.
Like I got music on my library that I ain't played in 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Music kind of goes with the times, kind of. But it is interesting how if you do go back into your library and listen to a song you ain't heard in 10, 15 years, a lot of the times it takes you right back. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I remember I was doing this, or
Yeah.
I was here. Like,
I mean, cause like on YouTube, like I have like you know how it puts like a list together for you, like when you listen to certain stuff. Like I got an old school list that has like fucking a whole bunch of old school artists. You know, like there's just a ton of shit. I like listening to old school stuff like that.
I know that whenever I listen to a Tribe Called Quest,
we finally live, baby. Cloud X.
We live, baby. I remember listening to Tribe Called Quest, and I remember when I was a kid, I had a CD player.
Yeah.
And the CD had like a bunch of like a little footprints on it. And I'll slap that motherfucker in like on a snow day and go out like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm out there shoveling driveway, stacking my bread up. Nigga, $20 a driveway. Let's get it, baby. And it's funny too, because when we went back to DC like a month ago and all my relatives was there, one of my uncles was telling my fiance Mel, he was like, boy, I remember looking out the window early in the morning. I see Brian out there shoveling snow. He said, I go tell my kids, get your lazy ass up. But that was my hustle, man. I remember when I was a kid, this shit.
I mean, I remember listening to old school stuff, like especially like in high school. You know, like who was I talking to? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, her kids, and they were talking about fucking like, you know, having boom boxes in school and like just stereos and shit. I was like, man, I remember when Quincy had a backpack with speakers in it with a goddamn goddamn CD player, and when you wanted to change the song, you had to stop, pop that bitch open real quick.
Yeah, change the CD or had to make a
CD book.
Or I had to make a CD, like an MP3 CD, like once they started making like MP3 CD players where you could load more files on.
Because I mean, I remember in high school, like I thought I was the shit, nigga, when PSPs came out. Remember those, nigga? I was sitting in class playing Grand Theft Auto and shit, and then I could change my music.
Hell yeah,
bro!
Watch movies, TV,
right? Like,
and then you could get the little memory stick and load shit up on there, hack them, have like little Game Boy Advance on there.
But nowadays, kids in school could just be like,
back in my day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
yeah,
crazy,
we're old, man.
It's old.
Hell yeah.
Man,
Well,
you know you old when
go ahead.
when the Chiefs play Sunday night football and you like fuck. You're like, God damn it,
It's
man.
like, man, why we couldn't have a noon game?
That's how you know when you.
Man, shout out my Washington football team 4 in a row, baby.
Oh, they're actually
You beat the Raiders.
doing something
right.
now.
Woo!
We're closing in on the lead in our division.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're in the wild card hunt. You know, we got some more work to do, but I'm proud of my team right
Big
now.
fella, you're in the wild card.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We in the wild card right now, but it ain't enough.
You're not in the hunt. You in,
Hey,
but you just got to keep winning.
We got to keep winning games. We need to win every other game for the season. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, let's, I guess, get into some of these topics. Have you seen this Alec Baldwin interview
Yes, I haven't seen it,
that he
but
did with
I heard about
George
it. I heard excerpts from it.
Stephanopoulos?
Who?
Is it that nigga name for real?
George Snuffleupagus?
George Snuffleupagus.
Oh fuck no!
Holy shit.
I'd
You
be
know.
mad if my
Haven't
last
heard
name
it.
was
I've never heard it.
Stapalapa.
But you seen it?
I've heard excerpts from it.
What is your, I
haven't
guess,
watched it.
immediate,
I mean,
or
I
not
feel
immediate,
bad.
but what's your
I
reaction
feel
like
bad for
after?
Alec Baldwin because obviously he didn't mean to intentionally hurt anybody
What do you mean, obviously?
because he was given a prop gun and they were telling him to shoot different angles, which I'm sure was happening before, and the gun went off.
What do you mean the gun went off? Do you think the gun magically went off?
You think? You know, he said he had the hammer cocked back on the pistol,
Uh-huh.
and they were telling him like to cock it back and like hold it at certain angles for like the camera.
I didn't see that part.
And then he said he let go of the hammer, and then
But yeah, he
went
didn't
off.
pull the trigger.
Hey, you know, hey,
I possibly believe that he didn't pull the trigger.
I mean,
But here's exactly what you just
Go
said there, that
What's up?
a lot of people may not know if you're unfamiliar with firearms.
yes, sir.
But this is an old Western movie,
Yes, sir.
I believe taking place in like the 1800s. And if they want to use accurate props
Right.
or whatever, it's not really a prop if it's a real gun. But so they have old school single action revolvers, which means in order to fire the gun, you have to first pull the hammer back, then pull the trigger.
Right.
But also, if you pull the hammer back and you don't pull it back all the way, or there's like quarter cock, half cock, full cock. If you don't pull it to where it hits that first click,
Yeah.
then the hammer will just fall forward,
Right.
striking the bullet, which, why is there a real bullet in this gun?
Right.
And causing it to fire. So, number one, he was handed a weapon. Let's say they told him it was safe. You're an idiot. You should know firearm safety, and you didn't check. You assumed that it was not loaded.
So you think Alec Baldwin is at fault?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, I kind of agree with you. That's what I initially said about the situation. I was like, somebody's gonna have to do some time.
Maybe he didn't pull the trigger, but he caused the weapon to fire.
Okay. So
And it should not have even been a weapon in this scenario. Why do you have a real bullet
okay.
in the gun?
Do you think that
I
haven't
mean, it's the
seen-
prop
I-
person that handed it to him.
I haven't seen
So?
it, but I assume that he apologized and all of these things.
Of course,
Yeah,
but
nigga was
Do you
crying and
do you
shit,
do you
know?
believe that his apology was sincere?
I believe that no, I don't believe his apology was sincere. This motherfucker, he's an actor.
Right.
Crocodile tears like a motherfucker. Like how LeBron was saying, Kyle Rittenhouse, oh, that boy ain't crying. He ate lemon heads. Like, no, this nigga ate some lemon heads. He might have been.
That nigga LeBron said that.
Yeah, that's what he tweeted about Kyle
funny.
Rittenhouse. Yeah, LeBron's a piece of shit.
LeBron, that was funny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, objectively that's funny, but he's retarded
We
for
can
that.
talk about him. He a bitch.
Yeah, LeBron's a piece of shit, but
I like LeBron.
he's a good basketball player. But we'll get to that.
LeBron James.
But Alec Baldwin is crying for himself. He's crying because he knows he's potentially about to lose his whole career, never be able to make another movie again. In this interview, he's talking, I'm sure I can't play it, but he's talking about,
no, you can't
I I didn't really like making movies a lot, and this just reignited my interest in my love for making movies again. And then he's all crying and shit, and like it's all about him essentially. It's boo-hoo, woe is me. Oh my God, why is this happening to me?
Oh,
I need a little more gas.
okay. That means I gotta get up.
Ah, you're a bastard person.
I only brought a certain amount.
All right, I'll be back.
But
Usually niggas throw in.
he's
Shit.
he's an actor, and I don't believe him for a second that he's
Sincere with sympology.
no. I mean, I don't think he necessarily like. I don't think it was like malicious intent. Like he went out and he's like, I'm gonna kill this bitch. Look here, bitch. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm Alec Baldwin.
I just need a little.
But
bitch. Like, that's more than enough. Stupid.
He's more sad for himself. And this whole reason he's even doing a fucking interview with ABC before any of the actual evidence can come out is, his PR team got together and he's putting a case together. Or he's trying to put some information out there and get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying?
You think some shit gonna come out like a scandal?
So, do you think that he actually like meant to shoot her?
I don't know.
I don't. There's no evidence necessarily that I know of to support that he intentionally
Killed her.
like wanted to like kill her.
She was gonna reveal all
But
the Alec Baldwin
negligent
secrets.
homicide or manslaughter or something, like, I mean, if you or I were playing around with guns,
Yeah.
like if I told you, I handed you a gun and was like, this ain't loaded, and it was loaded, and you're flipping it around and it goes off and shoots and kills Crespo, what? You're going to jail.
Like that old school drug video they used to show where the kid was like, I'm so high right now.
Yeah, that's Harold the Cougar. He's like, I'm so high, nothing can hurt me. He puts a shotgun in his mouth.
Like, what the fuck? Nah, man, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if, like, I don't know, like, how much
I
jail
remember that
time.
commercial.
Like, I don't know how much jail time you give people or how much any of that in this situation, because...
Here's the issue, though.
So is Alex Baldwin at fault or the people who gave him a gun?
I mean, multiple people are at fault, but ultimately,
Like, how do
Alec
you
Baldwin is
determine-
at the most fault because he was the one who handled the weapon,
Yeah.
pointed it at a person,
Yeah.
and it went off.
So, like, who would be held responsible? I mean, this is kind of, I guess, a different...
Bro, it all depends on a huge list
stunt
of
double-
variables.
Like, stunt doubles die all the time.
Yeah, but that's different. Like you're signing a contract and you're doing something you know is dangerous that, like, oh, he fell off this thing and doing a stunt and broke his neck and died or something. Like,
shit.
That sucks, but this guy knew right as soon as when he was jumping, like, hey, I could fucking die doing this.
So I take it that
it's
movie,
not.
I take it Rust ain't coming out.
Probably not.
Let me ask you this: do you think they all had to sign like contracts and agreements before working on the movie set, saying if anything were to happen, that the company would not be liable?
I don't know.
That could also be. I'm just saying.
Possibly.
I'm just kind of
Maybe.
thinking outside the box. Like, well,
Here's
maybe even to work on a movie set, you have to sign some kind of contract.
Well,
before you
I'm
get to
sure
work.
there's some sort of insurance agreement and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, you know,
that
legal
goes on.
teams
Yeah.
are all over this shit.
But another interesting piece of information about this, there's a guy who walked off the set, I think, the day before he like quit. He sent in a letter of resignation or whatever. And in this, he detailed like all his issues with working there. It's some fucking dude
Who does that?
or whatever the fuck. It was some dude. I can't remember his exact job, but he was a part of the production
So
team.
what were his complaints?
His first one, fucking gay, is like, this production has the most lax COVID policies I've ever seen. It's ridiculous, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm skipping reading this part. That's an invalid
I went
complaint.
into the break room and they didn't have strawberry donuts like I asked.
Right. But then
What?
he had safety complaints. He said there had already been 2 accidental weapon discharges on the set. Somebody explosive triggered or something too early, or somebody was too close to it or something, and they got like tinnitus or something and he had ringing in his ears for the day or something like that. And apparently they didn't want to address these issues he had. And so he quit.
Yeah.
Which kudos to him. I mean, yeah, if you
don't feel safe.
Yeah, stand up for whatever the fuck you believe in. But I mean, that already right there. It's already, there's been 2 accidental discharges of a weapon.
So the people who discharged the weapon, which I don't know who they are.
Yeah, he didn't say who or what.
So do you think that the more liable fault would be the production company?
No. I think it would be Alec Baldwin, because there's no way he doesn't know that weapons have been accidentally discharged twice already.
I mean, what if he's not shooting that day? Like, what if he?
It wasn't necessarily that day. It was within the whole production. I'm sure it wasn't twice in a day.
Because he's not there for every scene. But I don't.
Well, he's the star and he's the producer of the film. Like he's there. That's what I'm saying. He knows everything that happens in that movie. And if an accident, like somebody almost got shot twice,
6 months county,
I would think you would be Thank you.
Oh, 40.
I mean, here's
40 is a lot because he didn't mean to.
That's true. That's true. Here's the conundrum. With the evidence that I have seen, which I'm not a juror and this isn't a trial, but if I was presented more evidence, maybe my mind would be changed.
But
judge. With what I currently know,
you're Judge Dukes right now.
He would be guilty
of manslaughter.
Involuntary manslaughter.
How much time?
40. It wouldn't be 40 years.
I know people who did involuntary manslaughter and didn't get 40.
Yeah. But does putting Alec Baldwin in prison, for whatever amount of time, does it, because what's supposed to be the point of jail? Like
to correct people.
Criminals off the street and
facility.
Correct people's behaviors. Yeah.
But I don't think Alex Baldwin.
Do you think Alec Baldwin is going to probably ever have guns on the set again of any of his movies? I would fucking hope not. If he's ever doing it. Number one, okay,
Bro,
if I'm the judge, Judge Dukes here.
Judge Dukes.
Alec Baldwin, you are hereby sentenced to an absorbent amount of fines. Crazy fines. I'll figure that out later. Let's see your bank account.
You just in the back one of old school.
I got fucking a cigarette and a fucking
just like
accountant hat.
It's just like.
But and you can never do another fucking movie again. No more. You can't work in movie industry. That's it. You're done.
Yeah. You know what's
because
funny?
What is?
Can you? Name
I don't think he's ever gonna.
Can you name one Alex Baldwin movie?
Alec. It's Alec Baldwin.
Alec.
Thank you, sir.
I can't.
No, not off the top of my head. I know there's a bunch of famous movies that he's in that I have seen and that I know of, but I've never been.
Isn't he on that one show, 40 Rock or 30
Rock? Yeah, he's on that show.
Okay, I think I remember.
I've never really watched that show, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things about it.
Of all the people to fuck up, this nigga, I'm surprised like they ain't arrested Steven Seagal for some shit.
Steven Seagal ain't never killed nobody.
Yeah, that we know of. He probably touched somebody on set.
Yeah, but
his karate
it ain't killing nobody.
Wasn't it Tom Segura who was doing a bit about fucking Steven Seagal? He was like, yeah, they call it a Skippy. He was like, why they call it a Skippy? Because when you go by, go skip.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Because he was talking about like how Tom Segura, what's the name? Steve Seagal's like a real cop or some shit.
Yeah. I think he's like a real deputy, or he's been deputized in some.
And he was like, he's like racist as fuck. It's like everybody he's like talking to was like, I'm like, hey, what's up, brother?
Dude, being a sheriff and doing that, like, if I be elected sheriff, I can make you 2 deputies.
Yeah, you can just make anybody a deputy.
I can make anybody. Yeah. Any fucking body. If I get elected to be sheriff, if they go, Marcus, you're in, and I go, bet.
They just watch this nigga movies. They were like, yeah, you're sheriff.
Did you hear? Probably not. That
what's that?
Florida, people are freaking out because Florida is, I think, either recruiting or like starting, or I can't remember the exact headline or whatever, but they're getting people for their
Money?
It's a militia. They're forming a state militia or something like that. A citizen citizen-based militia.
Like they say that's where all the crazy people back. Like Florida man.
Yeah, but I mean, what's crazy about that?
I don't know. I heard a lot of stories about Florida.
No, I'm talking about having a militia.
What are they up to? Are they trying to start like Freddie Fox?
No, but I mean, the thing is, people are freaking out. But most or a lot of states have a state militia.
Yeah,
separate from the National Guard.
But in these days and ages, like when people say like that, I just think, okay, what are they doing? Because
what they're doing,
because a lot of sides, like especially who's telling me, like if it's the news telling me Florida's starting a militia and then they make it seem bad, like so you fuckers are against it because you don't like what's going on. Of
course,
like it depends on who tells me.
What they're doing, in my opinion, what I would believe they would be doing with, boosting up recruiting or starting recruiting or whatever for a civilian state militia or whatever, is because they know that relying upon the federal government for the National Guard is not in their best interest, and that you may need some sort of militia to whatever the fuck, secure the borders of the state or protect from fucking chaos, whatever.
Okay, I thought it was something else. When you said militia, I was like, well, these niggas are just like rallying up.
No, the state,
some shit up.
The state of the governor of Florida is doing this.
Yeah, it ain't like
it's not some
Jimmy from down the street
in the backwoods of Florida.
Their commercial comes on and it's just like a old 50s pickup.
Exactly. There is no problem, but
I see no problem with it.
The federal government would have a problem with that. They don't want there to be any type of opposition. And if the federal government wanted to just roll in to Florida and with the National Guard or whatever and enact a state of emergency, and they had nothing to resist that, like, they don't want you to have any type of defense against them.
If the National Guard
isn't a police a part of the state government?
No. Well,
it's
yes.
Because
well, a police officer.
Yeah.
This is a militia. This isn't police, and the National Guard isn't police. The National Guard is a part of the federal government, Washington D.C.
Right.
They control that. The police, sure.
That was in the Coast Guard. This nigga was like, I'm in the Coast Guard. I was like, nigga, you go over there on the weekends and get on the computer. I was like, nigga, you ain't over there doing shit.
I mean, the Coast Guard they're to guard the coast. They're not meant to go over and overseas and fight shit. They're supposed to be here, protecting our shit.
I mean, they stop boats and help people drowning and stranded. And
I mean, ideally, that's what any type of militia type force would be used for, is like, emergency situations of like national disaster, and they got to go help rescue people and that kind of shit,
Yeah.
But my bad. But obviously the state of Florida is worried about the federal government. Interesting.
I had no idea about that. Maybe it's something to do with the old vaccine situation, because they about to be back on that bullshit again. Talking about lockdowns,
Nah, man, that's not bullshit. How dare you talk about that? Like
Cali's on some shit.
Those are
Omicron,
extremely.
It seems like every other couple months is a new variant coming out. Like, just get over this shit. Like,
nah, man, it's scary, bro.
Hate this shit.
No, what?
I'm so.
First of all,
I'm done.
His government loves. Does he not know the government loves him?
The government doesn't love you.
What?
It doesn't love you, Quincy.
You guys are talking crazy nonsense now.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna get however many vaccines they want me to get.
You said
you gotta take
37. 365. You'll get a vaccine every day.
Every day I'll get one.
I bet there's people who try that shit.
They're gonna do it like that for a year, and then you have to get vaccine like how you eat breakfast. You just have to buy your vaccine at the store. Like, here's my morning vaccine.
You want to know something kind of funny about that?
Lunch and dinner.
A lot of people are, people on the left or whatever you want to call them, are getting upset at Trevor Noah, the host of The Daily Show, which is he's on their team, And since, the new variant and all that shit coming out, they're talking about like the head of Pfizer and shit has come out and said, yeah, it looks like, I mean, you're probably gonna, you might even end up needing 2 more boosters. I think you're going to need more boosters because they're already at 4 booster shots in Israel.
Jesus.
In order to be considered fully vaccinated, 4 shots. And all Trevor Noah did was make the observation of maybe the guy who stands to make millions of dollars by everyone getting more boosters.
Shots.
Maybe we don't take his advice necessarily or whatever, something along those lines. So and then people were like, "Oh, how dare you, you piece of shit! You're not conforming to the popular belief." It's crazy.
Like, yeah, it is bro, like, come on, man. People can't be that fucking stupid.
Some are.
They can.
Some really are.
They can be.
Let's not say stupid. Let's just say gullible,
ignorant, easily influenced.
Yeah,
non-thinking.
Facts.
You know, like I said, with COVID or whatever.
The unknown virus of unknown origin.
Yeah, that. Like when they were at 1, I was like, okay, like I don't want it, but if people want it, cool.
Well, you need it.
But when you're at 4, I mean, come the fuck on. 4?
Talk to your doctor about what's right for you.
I know my doctor. He's a Mexican fella. He's about this big, and he helps me out.
He's a Mexican fella named Martinez. Yes. Everybody knows Martinez stuff.
I got to take 2 buses to get to him. I even got a car, but I still got to take 2 buses to get to him.
Can't leave any sign of a trail.
God damn. That shit is crazy, though. Like, 4? Nigga. They're like, you need 1 in your forehead, and then 1 in each nipple, and then 1 in your pee hole.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God.
I mean,
Jesus.
It's
Lord, please.
It's not stopping anytime soon.
But do you think when our current fucking old crazy man, do you think Joey B, like, when he's done and out, this will stop? Do you think they'll just be like him, or do you think they'll keep it going?
Depends on what
I'm
happens.
trying to be rude, but I don't think Joey B's gonna make it through his term.
You don't think so?
What makes you say that, and why are you being so rude right now?
His health is
disparaging our fearless, dear leader.
I'm just saying. I mean, time waits for no man. Joey B, time
waits for Joey B.
I guess.
Like,
yeah,
Joey B's just getting on.
He's got to get done what he's got to get done.
This is time. Time's outside in the old Cadillac, just going. Man, I've been waiting for you for a while, and Joey B's like, I'll be there in a little bit.
I bet
who are you?
Who are you?
People taking bets on this.
Of course, I wouldn't be surprised. But here's the thing: we need him to survive another 2.5 years or whatever the fuck. He needs to complete this term.
I hope so.
Because if he doesn't,
you don't want
Kamala Harris,
Officer President Harris.
She gonna lock it all down.
It'll probably be worse.
Oh God.
Imagine. I mean, already the first woman to assume presidential power got it because a man needed to get his asshole checked. But imagine the first woman president is because the man president was an old senile fuck who just died in the office, and now she's president. Like, that's how you become president. You didn't really like earn it or like get votes or anything.
He might be around for a while. Shit, hell, fucking.
They got modern medicine.
I seen the other day, fucking old Bob Dole died.
Not Bob Dole.
Nigga, he was 98.
Fuck.
How old is Bernie Sanders? He ain't gonna be able to run again.
You don't want that nigga to run.
Nope.
Bob Dole was 98. Okay, so what that means, if Bob Dole was 98,
yeah,
Joe Biden could make it to fucking 98.
It's another 20-something years.
Yeah.
Today's
that's plenty of time for him to have a second presidential term.
Bro, if our president is 96 years old.
What the fuck? He wouldn't be 90, but he'd be 80 something.
85 is still a lot.
Because he's what, 73 or something? 74?
No, he's 78.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh my God. He'll be
79. So by the time that his shit ends, he'll be like, I think 81, 82, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so he'd be like 85, 86 or something like that if he did a second term.
An 86-year-old man trying to run the country.
What are we doing, America? Like,
what are we doing?
What are we doing?
That's how it goes, though. I'm
voting for Denzel.
Denzel Washington?
Yep.
I don't
That's a good
trust
vote.
Hollywood actors.
Okay.
I definitely don't trust Denzel Washington. I can't. He's a part of the until he proves otherwise.
What about
I
Hulk
have to
Hogan?
assume
What about Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan is not a Hollywood actor. He's Hollywood Hulk Hogan for sure.
He told you to fucking take your vitamins
yes,
and do your prayers.
That's what I'm saying. Say
Have you done them today?
Yeah, I said my prayers.
Because he'll come over
Took my
right
vitamins, brother.
now. All right, you better.
I don't want Hulkamania running wild all over
I would
me.
vote for Macho Man if he was still alive.
Oh,
I feel like somebody who's coked up all the time would make a good
yeah. R.I.P. Man.
R.I.P.
That
Gone too
was that
soon.
man. Hey, that was definitely one of my favorite wrestlers growing up.
But he also should have slowed down on the candy.
Yeah, and the juice.
Everybody has their vice, you know.
He was juicing a little bit too
You
much.
didn't know when to hit the brakes.
Sometimes when the car is redlining at 6 and you just keep driving, something's gonna happen eventually.
Shit's gonna break.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Oh yeah, the cream always rises to the top.
Like, sir, I just asked you, did you want fries or onion rings?
Like what, nigga?
Like, nigga, I said. He just at the drive-through window just talking crazy.
Just give me a number 6, brother.
Look here, brother. I'm gonna order a big Whopper. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put it down my gullet. Man, that hurts to talk like that.
Bro, and you gotta imagine talking like that 24/7.
I mean, that's just his voice.
For
He's just
50-something
so
years.
raspy. But for me to talk like that, it fucking hurts.
Bro. But yeah, I mean, our fucking country and our just everything is so fucked up. People are crazy. Shit's getting shut down. People losing their jobs.
Speaking of shit getting crazy or shit going to hell, did you see this trailer for the new Seth Rogen fucking Sarah Silverman Christmas TV show for HBO, Santa Inc.?
They made a TV show.
I like Seth Rogen. What's he up to?
You're not gonna like him anymore.
Seth Rogen's a piece of shit.
No.
Yes.
His movies are classics to me.
No.
No. Superbad. No. They got Seth Rogen now. Oh.
Seth Rogen, I'm telling you, bro.
He's on the side.
If you are in Hollywood and you want to be a prominent actor, yeah, if Pineapple Express was funny, but
Superbad
and Superbad,
like
but that's
Superbad.
it. Knocked Up. He did some good shit in his early shit.
A Porno was funny.
I like that. He did a bunch of movies I like. Observe and Report.
I mean, how long ago were those movies?
I was
10.
2009. I mean, they span from like 07 to like 2012.
He hasn't been relevant in like 10 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they try to come out with this new Christmas TV show centering around like Santa Claus and Christmas or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman are writing it or whatever the fuck, they're producing it. And the trailer for it got fucking review bombed to hell. And it released on HBO Max or whatever the fuck. And on Rotten Tomatoes, this shit got 3%. From like the fan reaction. Yeah. There is no critic review, at least as of last time I checked.
3%.
3%.
Out of 100?
Nigga, Cuties on Netflix got a higher rating than 3%.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. That fucked up fucking movie.
Damn, I forgot all about
that's
that.
rated higher than this shit. That just goes to show you how awful it is. But here's why it's so trash. I'm sure, I mean, I don't know. I'll show you guys the trailer later, but I probably can't fucking play the trailer.
Just tell me what it's about.
But it's a story where Seth Rogen, it's animated or whatever the fuck, you know. And it's Santa Claus is this, he's about to retire, and he's really kind of this asshole, like CEO corporate guy of Christmas. And somebody has to be the new Santa. And Santa's always been this white fucking male figure. We need a woman Santa Claus. So this elf, Sarah Silverman, she's trying to get in and wants to be the new Santa Claus or whatever, to take over the Santa position. And it's all about how Santa is such this fucking misogynist, white supremacist or whatever. Like, and so it's essentially, it's two Jewish people making a TV show completely shitting on a Christian holiday, like, how would that look in the reverse? If Joel Osteen and whoever, some other televangelist produced a movie that was all about how the Jews are so, or Yom Kippur or Hanukkah is so fucking terrible and Moses is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
How would that go over? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and essentially it's painting Santa Claus to be this white evil piece of shit, and it needs to be a Jewish elf, I guess.
Dude, Santa Claus brought me a Nintendo 64.
Right? That nigga brought me some shit.
I got a Sega Genesis.
He a cool nigga.
Yeah. Any nigga bring a nigga a Sega Genesis is cool in my book.
Right?
Nigga got me Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Mortal Kombat 2.
Right?
I'll never forget
when I was playing
that nigga got me a
64,
PlayStation 2.
Ooh, he a real nigga then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He nigga got me a PS2.
If you had a PlayStation 2,
and he dropped it off early, nigga.
He came by early.
Yep. He gave it to my mom's, and she was just like,
he just ran to the door and was like,
I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to do. I got shit to do.
Car
some
running.
shit to happen.
I got the sleigh running out back.
Here you go,
Damn.
little nigga.
I'm just.
But I mean,
like shit. You know,
it makes sense why it got so review bombed, but it's also somewhat,
but
you
they're
know,
not funny
inspiring hope
anyways.
a little bit.
Both of them ain't funny anyways.
They're both of them have kind of lost their mind. They've gone off the deep. Seriously, they've gone off the deep end because Sarah Silverman is a really funny comic. I like her, but their mindset and the things that they advocate for are crazy.
Yeah,
like, and
maybe it's to keep them relevant.
it's not necessarily that. It's
Maybe they are crazy.
plot twist. Cloud X was Santa, but
You ain't Santa.
if you want to be if you want to be a working actor in Hollywood and in the face of
You gotta
media,
go with the flow.
you can't say the opposite of what
Everyone
the
believes.
narrative is.
yeah.
You'll be canceled. So you have to just embrace it, or just you embrace it long enough and you get brainwashed, and all the people around you are telling you all this fucking social justice warrior crap.
I'm just disappointed, honestly.
Yeah, it's sad, but there's been a lot of people and things that have been ruined. Things that we used to like, slowly, little by little, whatever the fuck, the whole fucking, this nigga Cloud X, whatever the whole establishment, media, corporate narrative bullshit is trying to kill everything we like.
I hate that shit.
Bro,
I like
like
a lot of shit.
Marvel was so dope, man. I love
then they fucking
fucking
juiced
X-Men and Avengers and all that
You're
shit.
not gonna go see Spider-Man on Christmas?
I'm not gonna go see it.
Bro, I ain't never going to the movies again.
Probably not.
Why?
Why the
maybe-
fuck would you?
I'm gonna watch it.
Serious?
I'm gonna watch it. I'll go to the movies at some point, maybe later, but I'm not going to the movies anytime soon.
Big fella, if I want to sit in a big chair and watch a movie and fall asleep, I'll go to your mama's house.
Hey, true that.
Wait, is my mom in the chair?
Hey, take it however you want it.
Okay.
Your mama's the couch.
The Spider-Man movie looks like it might be cool.
I like
I'll give that.
Spider-Man.
I'll give that a shot.
Strange
I
and
liked.
shit.
I mean, this isn't really a Marvel movie necessarily, but it is. But the new Venom movie, we watched that the other day.
Was it good?
That movie was pretty tight. I liked it. It was a good movie.
My favorite part when he was.
It wasn't perfect, obviously,
My
but
favorite part of the movie is like, I'm mad at him. He wouldn't let me get a job fixing toilets. When Venom was talking to him.
oh yeah.
That
But I mean,
shit
there
had
was
me dead.
a bunch of funny parts in it. Like, I mean, it's kind of a different take
I
on the
liked
character,
it
but
because
it's not
They gave
bad.
Venom. They gave Venom
more
a
personality.
personality.
Yeah.
Like he
Okay.
wasn't just a big dude that smashed shit. Like one of my favorite parts also is whenever they first get introduced to Carnage. When he was like, "Oh shit, that's a red one. I don't want to fight a red
Yeah,
one."
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, let's go. Let's get the fight.
Yeah.
Like the big
The
crazy
symbiote
dude,
has a personality.
like the big crazy dude who's supposed to fight is like, "Nah, let's fucking go. Let's get the hell out of here." But they gave him more personality, and that made the movie dope.
yeah.
I have to watch. I haven't seen it.
It's pretty good.
it's
I mean,
really
we can
dope.
watch it. Like I said, we can play it or whatever, but it was pretty good. And
Wanna
the new
eat
Spider-Man,
people.
and there's, I mean, spoiler alert, I guess, but at the end credit scene of that movie, it ties in with the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, or what the last Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a crossover. Like Spider-Man is probably going to be in the next Venom movie, or Venom is probably going to be in the next maybe Venom might be in this new movie. That would be tight. Okay. And if that's the case, I'll definitely be watching it.
Okay.
But
from the comfort of my own home.
Yes.
All right.
But everything, not everything, but a lot of things, they're either trying to tear it down or they're just taking it over and ruining it.
And see, that's why I've been
Seth Rogen sucks now. Fucking Marvel is fucking really fucking up as of late. I mean, the fucking they're going all in this woke bullshit.
Did you go watching the 10 Rings or whatever it's called?
No, Shang-Chi. I don't give a fuck if they're espousing, if your movie has some sort of agenda. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to go watch a movie to be preached at. Yeah. I want to fucking be entertained. Fucking do some cool, flashy shit. Shang-Chi is an obscure character that nobody knows who the fuck he is. I knew who the fuck Shang-Chi was, but that's because I'm like into comic books and Marvel and shit like that. But I mean, I haven't read any of his fucking comics.
They made Shang-Chi a woman in this movie?
No, he's not a woman. He's still a woman, but he's still a man. But it's all about Asian diversity and inclusion. You know, we got to do an Asian movie, and it just wasn't that. It didn't look that interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? And when you have a marketing ploy like that,
could be said about Black Panther.
To a certain extent,
niggas did the fool when that movie came out. Do you not remember niggas was wearing kente cloths?
Yes, that's ridiculous.
That shit was damn near comical. I was like, come on, my nigga, it's a movie.
Yes, I would say to a certain extent the same could be said about Black Panther, but Black Panther was a decent. It was a okay movie. I enjoyed it. I mean, it definitely wasn't the strongest of, you know, that series of Marvel movies. It was one of the weaker ones, but Black Panther as a character is cool. I mean, Chadwick Boseman did a really good job in the acting and the performance of that, I think.
I liked a lot of the Iron Man ones.
Yeah.
I think Iron Man was strong.
Was dope.
Robert Downey Jr. made that shit dope.
For sure. Robert Downey Jr. was that nigga.
I feel like my favorite is probably Doctor Strange, and
Doctor Strange is one of the best ones for sure.
You know, Quincy's character, his name is Doctor Strange for a piece of change.
Doctor Do Something Strange for a piece of change.
Yeah.
I remember that one time we ate a couple of those organic mushrooms that we got from Sprouts.
Yeah.
And
watch Doctor Strange. Yeah.
And I remember I had took some multivitamins before.
Yeah, man.
And that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's a good movie for that.
We watched that, and when we watched Spirited Away.
Yeah.
I put y'all up on some Studio Ghibli that night. That shit was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know.
But there's a lot of things. I mean, there are still things out there holding on that's still dope.
Yeah.
But
speaking of dope, so I was watching Netflix.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of cooking shit. Yeah.
OG Boogie. Captain America for sure.
I was watching Netflix, and I watch a lot of cooking stuff. Like, that shit is dope. So I started watching School of Chocolate.
Okay.
Big fella, you should check it out. So it's about this, like, I think he's European.
Mama Snatcher. So sorry, but
I think
Ben would be Mama Snatcher if he was a Marvel character.
But this nigga makes sculptures and illusional objects out of chocolate. Like, so
makes optical illusions
out of chocolate. So big fella,
let's see if we can look this up.
If you look up School of Chocolate, it's on Netflix. He made a pterodactyl out of chocolate.
Damn.
He made a number 2 pencil, like a fat pencil, out of chocolate. The inside was lemon cake, and then the whole thing is edible. And you can even write with the end of it. That's chocolate. It's like, I forgot what kind of chocolate it was, but you could write with the pencil, and then you could break it open and eat it.
That's insane.
Like,
see how good my fucking spelling is. That's not.
Just type in School of Chocolate.
Right.
This shit'll pop up.
I almost spelled pterodactyl right.
If you type in School of Chocolate Netflix,
I dare one of y'all motherfuckers to spell pterodactyl in the chat right now without looking it up.
Nigga, did you put a P?
Yeah. Oh. Pterodactyl spelled PT. It starts PT.
Go to images.
Get out of here.
Let's see if we can find a image of this here chocolate pterodactyl. All right, let me not type pterodactyl because that's not finding it.
Yeah, just.
Are you sure it's a pterodactyl?
Bro, all right, so he did this gorilla. The gorilla's dope as fuck.
Damn. That's chocolate.
Damn, that's a chocolate gorilla.
Yeah, bro. Like he does this. Like he does a bunch of art. This dude's got a YouTube channel. He's got like 200 million views on like all his shit.
You fucking cheated, Ace Boogie. I know you cheated.
But he's got a bunch of like everybody else. Like this gold box is made out of chocolate.
Like, goddamn, that's all chocolate and shit.
That's all edible.
But,
it's like cake in the middle, chocolate on the outside.
I mean, that's dope. How much time?
A lot.
And then how much does that cost? And then, man, it's just, and then you just eat it and it's gone.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, like that's what it's about. But it's on Netflix. Go check it out. It's dope.
Is that all chocolate?
That's all edible. You can eat that whole fucking thing.
That's crazy.
You can eat that whole fucking thing.
I
Like,
wish I had the artistic touch.
bro, like the shit is like, look at that, man. I wouldn't even want to eat that shit.
I mean,
Then I eat it.
Man, I understand something like this maybe because
Bro, that motherfucking thing right there probably costs
it looks
several
beautiful
$100s, like to sell it somewhere.
for sure, but it's not a fucking chocolate lighthouse. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like it's shaped like that, just kind of to.
You go to a
fucking
restaurant, right? And you're like, oh, what desserts you got? They're like, we got a chocolate gorilla, a chocolate pterodactyl, and a chocolate lighthouse.
Like what? Wait, what?
Which one you want? They start at $250.
I'm good. I'll just stop at the Cheesecake Factory on my way home.
Yeah, like that's a bit ridiculous, sir.
I just thought that was pretty dope, like artistical skills to be able to make something like that out of tempered chocolate.
I mean,
I think I put something in
Definitely
there.
artistic.
In there.
That shit is crazy. But yeah, go check it out. School of Chocolate on Netflix. It's dope.
Okay, I'm going to have to check it out. Oh.
Oh my God, what is this?
Bro, so they making fun of...
They're making fun of that dude that's always putting like those defense videos out.
So there's a dude.
Oh,
he's always putting dumbass...
Yeah, this fat black dude.
Remember we watched
like,
the video
yes.
last
Did you
time?
see
He's
the one
walking
where...
around the crowd and shit?
Yeah, like where there was like 8 dudes attacking him and he's like pushing each one away and moving? Nah,
Yes,
bro.
I think I've seen this.
I know what you're probably thinking. You're at a great disadvantage. But if you follow these few urban survival guides, you will live to see another day. Now, what you're going to want to immediately do is thumb on the barrel. Now he knows he's at a disadvantage. If the Looney Tune theory is correct,
The Looney Tune theory.
going to go off of my thumb and ricochet back onto him. So what you're going to want to do is take your keys and wallet.
Thumb on the barrel, nigga.
You rob him, okay? So then he's going to back up, and you're going to live to see another day. Now, what you do not want to do is immediately take the gun and point it back at him. Because if you do that, now he has you at a disadvantage.
He took his shit
And
back.
he's going to take your keys and your wallet.
He's going to take your keys and your wallet.
And he said the Looney Tune effect is correct.
The Looney Tune theory.
You in your day-to-day journey.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
like
good.
that one.
Yeah.
Did you guys like that instructional video?
Yeah.
He
that
said,
was-
don't point it at him.
The Looney Tunes theory is correct.
Man, I wish I could have found that damn pterodactyl.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is what one thing Marcus put in there. So,
Ooh, I saw
there's
that. Ace Boogie, you might like this. I know I'm excited about this.
all right. So there's a new bill being introduced that
Scalper
would
bots.
make scalper bots illegal to use, including sneakers, game consoles, and more.
Thank God.
Sounds good on the surface.
So one dude made a good point in the comments. He's like, instead of doing a bill and doing all this shit, he's like, companies who put this stuff out should have it to where it's limit one per purchase, like limit one per.
There are ways.
Limit one per address used. Limited, like all, like make it to where it's hard to do that shit. Because as I know, and I mean, you guys have tried to order sneakers and you got to sit there and hit refresh 80 fucking times.
Yeah.
Me, like, you know, I like computers. I want a new graphics card, but niggas buy 50,000 of them at a time.
Nope.
Fuck.
Ain't getting one of them.
Like, I can't.
Not a good one.
Because, I mean, there was people out there that just buy 10, 15 at a time. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. They do always find a way around.
I mean, people find a way
But-
around everything. Hell, drugs are illegal and you can go anywhere.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
But I don't. Number one, I mean, what are you suggesting to do with this bill? How are you going to go about? What are you going to make illegal?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there are many ways that could be used in a way that's not favorable for anybody.
But do
You know?
you think they're looking for people who are using it in like mass quantity?
I mean, that's what they say, but I don't really trust anything any lawmaker says.
Well, no, I totally agree with you. I'm just saying, like, are they looking for people like if you use it to buy 2 of something versus the guy who uses it to buy
who
100
knows? Yeah,
or
like
something,
maybe
you know?
it could potentially affect policies where now you can't buy 2 of something of a certain thing. Like maybe you are building a fucking baller ass computer and you want to buy 2 graphics
One
cards.
dude made a cool.
Maybe you
point.
can only buy one
you
now.
can
Yo.
put 2 graphics card in a computer.
I mean,
You can do whatever. You
yeah.
want.
I mean,
Bro.
SLI
What?
isn't really
One dude made
that
a pretty crazy.
prevalent anymore, but
What do you think of this
could've.
conspiracy theory? One dude made a point. He said, "What if his own company's buying that shit back and then charging it for a more higher price?"
I think some people have got caught doing that.
For real?
I think. I mean, not necessarily like their own company, but like through like subsidiary small companies that like sister companies that own other companies, and then they buy up all the shit. There was some fuckery. I remember a story maybe a year or so ago of, I don't know if it was necessarily just one person or a whole business necessarily around it, but they had like some sort of inside access to like the shipping of the main manufacturer for, I believe, graphics cards. And then they were able to just get a fuck ton of them sent to them. And then they just turned around and flipped them for like twice the money or whatever the fuck.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's fucked up.
I could be getting a lot of that wrong, so fact check me on that. But
You're wrong, bitch.
Where's our fact checker?
right, we need one of those.
We need a
Too bad
fact
he's
checker.
fucking off in the
Cloud
chat.
X.
Fucking Cloud X.
Fucking.
I hate that guy, man.
Play at home playing Fortnite. Like, look at all my new skins.
Look, I got my fuck nigga account back.
Woo! Now I get to do my fucking floss dance and shit now. Woo! I'm cool.
Look at me.
Oh, God damn it. You disappoint me.
So much.
You let your stepfather down.
You not only do you let your stepfather down, you let your country down.
Ooh, that's even worse.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Tragic.
You guys see Tyron Woodley is fighting Jake Paul again?
Why is
Bro,
he
I'm
doing
tired of these fucking old banana boat shows.
Well, Jake Paul was supposed to fight the brother of what's his name? Fucking
Tommy Fury. Or you mean Tyson
Yeah,
Fury?
Tyson
He's
Fury's
supposed
brother.
to fight
Tommy Fury.
But crazy, he got a broken rib and he has a chest infection.
Yeah, so he's
What?
out due to an injury.
Yeah.
So they called up
Okay.
Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley likes money, so he said yes.
I like money.
We need that as a driver for real. But and apparently Jake Paul said there's a $5,000 bonus for Tyron Woodley if he manages to knock him out. How real that is, who knows? And because allegedly there was a clause in their first fight contract where Woodley wasn't allowed to knock Jake Paul out.
How in the
Really?
fuck do you come up
Yes.
with that nonsense? Like, how? How is that even? How do you?
It's a clown show.
Don't knock him out.
Yeah, which means
It's like big fella.
you can't fight your hardest, because if you swing as hard as you can and accidentally knock him out, then that could fuck your contract, and then you don't get money
Like, you
for
can't
doing
just
all that
make
shit.
the rules, big fella. It's like me and you playing basketball. I say you can't shoot threes,
Yeah,
but I can.
no
I
jumpers.
like shooting threes.
You can't shoot jumpers.
You can't shoot
You
jumpers.
You have to keep your feet planted on the ground at all times.
And no behind the back stuff.
Yeah, no funny stuff. All right.
Oh, and I get timeouts and you don't.
Yeah,
Damn.
as much timeouts as
And I
he
get
wants.
Michael Jordan special.
But
juice.
when he's on timeout, you have to go get on a exercise bike and make sure you stay tired.
Damn.
those are the rules.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. Like,
Hey, you know,
That's savage as fuck.
I don't
my
make the
God.
rules. I just write them down and
Wow.
put 'em on
after
the
every
wall.
quarter, you
I
got to
gotta
eat a
stay
whole
tired.
apple pie. Like,
Oh God. Oh
No, he's
I'm
gotta
gonna throw
eat.
it up.
I'll throw it up.
Immediately.
If you throw up on the court, I win.
Every quarter, you got to drink a quart of milk.
Oh
Oh
God.
God, I'd rather eat the pie.
Nope, no pie, because that's carbohydrates. That's good energy
Shut
for
up.
exercising.
Oh no.
You got to drink by the end of the game, you got to have a gallon of milk finished.
Oh,
You got to keep. If you throw up, you lose.
And you gotta drink whole milk.
This sounds like an awful challenge that would be a hilarious YouTube video that I will never do.
You gotta drink cream.
Oh God.
Milk would be worse, I think. I mean, heavy cream would be bad too.
Heavy whipping cream.
Yeah, but
Shit.
a gallon of it,
Why
yeah,
would
that would
you-
be bad.
A gallon. I'd rather drink a gallon of the whole milk than a gallon of cream.
That's a
Why
bit
would
crazy though. A gallon of milk of your choosing. It could be chocolate milk, but that's more
That's
calories.
insane.
That's worse.
Bro, I think I could smash a gallon of chocolate milk.
I don't believe you can.
I think I could.
In 1 hour in like a game of basketball.
No, not playing basketball. I'm saying like if I was able to eat like 12
All right, next
cookies,
podcast, we're gonna get you a gallon of chocolate milk,
I'm gonna smash it.
and you have to finish the
You're gonna
gallon
throw up is what's gonna happen.
by the end
No,
of the
I'm not.
podcast.
People say that. They say if you drink a gallon
gonna
of milk
vomit.
too fast, you're gonna vomit.
I don't believe
You
you.
will.
Motherfucker, I am a chocolate milk drinking champion.
I don't believe you, Ben. You could not.
You're gonna
I mean,
vomit.
all right, do it with Marcus. Are you gonna do this?
Yes.
All right, we'll get a gallon of
All
chocolate
right.
milk for the next podcast.
Next podcast, you're gonna do it.
I'm gonna smash it and then go piss it all out in front of your
You're
fucking
gonna
car.
fucking vomit it all out in front of the.
Yeah, just sitting down,
setup.
not playing basketball. I mean, that's a crazy thing.
Not
That
playing
would-
b-ball.
Yeah,
Me
but-
and you were gonna play basketball. Loser drinks a gallon of chocolate milk on
You're gonna
sight.
drink
Drinking a gallon of milk in
You know how
less than
sick
an
you're
hour and
gonna
a
be?
half.
I can do it.
Okay.
We tried. Didn't we try this in high school? Don't you remember this? I don't know if you were there for that. Maybe I don't
think
know.
was there.
We were walking, like we had open lunch for high school, and the gallon challenge thing was like a thing going around. It was funny. You can't drink because fucking Jackass and other shit like that, and. Yeah, like you can't drink a gallon of milk, and everybody's always like, man, I could drink a gallon of milk. Like, that ain't shit. So on our lunch break, we walk to Quick Trip and buy gallons of milk, and everybody's fucking throwing milk up on their lunch break, trying to drink this milk.
Bro.
It's a lot harder than it
I
sounds.
understand the severity of the situation.
drinking
milk is
a-
very heavy.
You know how hard it is to drink a gallon of water?
Bro, I've probably drank a gallon of milk in a day.
In a day, for sure. But if there was just a gallon of water right in front of you, and I'm like, 1 hour, go.
I take it you never been to Crespo Mama's house.
That's when you're doing physical activity and exertion.
Oh boy.
That's an hour.
Yeah, but that's different. You're sweating a lot. You're losing a lot of that
I've
water.
done the backstroke for an hour.
That's, again, different scenario we're talking here.
Fine.
We're
All
talking
right.
just sitting idle,
I think I could.
podcasting.
I'm just in park.
You're in park. You don't get idle in
My
the
foot's
engine.
not even on the gas.
You don't even get to, give it a little goose on the throttle there. None of that. You gotta
sit there
idle.
and take it.
And sip that milk.
Sip that Lily.
I mean, it's pretty much too late at this point. You have to do it. The internet has spoken.
We'll get
All
like
right,
a little
we'll
trash
do it.
can. So
Yeah, we're gonna need a trash can because Marcus is going to throw up.
yeah.
No, I'm not.
We're gonna make sure you. All right.
All right. Well.
when I
It's too
don't
late.
throw
You can't
up.
back out now. Sorry.
I'm not.
All right. That's gonna be a great podcast.
Okay.
When I drink it all, keep it all down. We're gonna take a picture.
All
You
right.
guys are gonna wear a T-shirt. Me in an empty jug.
Yeah. So what happens if Marcus is able to do it, and Ben says he'll do it with us?
Yeah.
I can do it.
All right.
What? Okay. So if he is successful, what's
you gotta like?
what's the stipulation?
Yes. What are we gonna do?
Well, yeah, there needs to be some sort of punishment for us if he's able to do it. If we're wrong,
I don't.
we'll figure that out.
I have a whole week to think about it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, come on. Don't be
It's
crazy.
not reasonable. But
It's not gonna be crazy.
reasonable,
It's not
man.
gonna be like you gotta go outside and jump over your car while I'm driving it. Like,
oh shit!
I can do that, bro.
I
You
cannot
know?
do that.
like it's not gonna be something stupid.
Hey, that's not okay.
What?
You can't have a date with my
Is-
sister.
I mean,
Oh my god, though.
And
chocolate cottage cheese
And
stomach.
who
Bro, let
he
me
gets
tell
a-
you something.
date with who gets a date with whose sister? What are you talking about,
God
Ben?
damn it, Ben.
Hey, straight up, you're gonna be throwing up. the
Yeah,
whole-
bro.
You're probably gonna like not
You're
even
gonna
do the podcast.
Huh?
Yeah, you're gonna.
It'll
You're
be
gonna
me and Chris,
yeah.
that
Me and
episode.
Chris, we're gonna have to
'Cause you're gonna be
finish
fucking
the
Okay.
other half of the
And
show.
then when you look at me and you go, you fucking motherfucking
You piece of shit.
diabetes catching motherfucking.
I'm not me with my sister. No,
He's got to go on a date with his own sister?
no way, sir.
I get a date with Crespo's mama. If I win. And
Nope.
Reporting live.
and if I win,
5 News.
I get a date with your mama, and guess who's driving us to Applebee's?
You are,
That's not a realistic reward.
and I
that
got to
you're
be
gonna
the
get.
chaperone.
Yeah.
I got to like
Gotta
open
get-
doors and shit and make sure nothing
that
funny
something
happens.
We're gonna allow him? Is he gonna be able to have donuts or milk to
I
drink?
don't
Or
know.
something?
Sure,
Fucking
you can have
donuts.
whatever you want.
Bro, I'm about to buy
As long as that
dozen
milk gets
chocolate.
down,
I'm
but
about to-
I wouldn't recommend putting more stuff in your stomach.
Bro, I'm about to drink. Boy, you don't know me. I'm about to smoke
Okay.
one,
All
eat
right.
12 chocolate chip cookies, and drink a gallon
All
of
right.
chocolate milk.
Cookies and
All right.
milk for Marcus.
We'll see.
And then when I do it,
Then what do we got to do?
you got to eat 2 Baconators.
Fuck no.
Bro, I could barely eat one bacon.
Man, I can't even eat a son of a baconator.
No, I can eat one of them. Come on now. I mean,
It's reasonable now.
son of baconator. Marcus is gonna have some bread pudding. Ugh.
I love bread
well, no,
pudding.
bread pudding is good, but
Yeah.
I was thinking
Stomach?
that. I was thinking that might have been a euphemism for something.
Yeah,
Some sort of innuendo.
If I don't do it, Crespo can't smoke the whole rest of the podcast.
Oh shit. Wait, if you don't do it?
If I do it.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it'll be too late because it'll take you the whole episode.
Yeah.
to do that.
You got the whole episode to finish it.
All right,
So
well,
maybe
I'll do
the
it all.
following episode that could be
You
know.
know, Crespo don't get to smoke. He's got to roll up.
What about him? You don't get to smoke either.
No,
right, so
I'm
if I do
a
it-
neutral arbiter
if
in
I
this
do it, you-
situation.
If I do it, you got to take one hit off of a wine tip black and mild.
You got-
Oh,
shit.
God! Ugh.
Just one.
That could be.
You
that
got to
could-
smoke a Swisher.
Okay. Oh,
You gotta take one
You got to
talking
smoke a
about
grape
this.
Swisher.
We were talking about this earlier, like as a punishment for like every segment.
You
Keep
got
on
to
that
roll
segment
up.
episode before.
You got to roll up some boo boo and a grape swisher.
That's what we were discussing.
And you two got to smoke it.
All right.
All right.
We're going to complain.
Where are we gonna
about
get
it.
some boo boo from?
Yeah, it doesn't got to be boo boo. I mean, come on now. Where are you going to get that at? We don't know where that's at.
I got some stuff that I use for my edibles.
Oh goddamn, we got to
no.
smoke sticks and
We gotta use smoke
sticks and stems in a fucking grape Swisher.
Oh,
You got to
man.
smoke. Yeah. And I'm going to put a seed in
That's
like.
awful.
I'm going to put 3 seeds in.
Grape Swisher.
Oh,
That's-
don't do that.
That's the
I drink a gallon of fucking milk.
All right.
You guys just
That's
got to
the broke-
smoke something.
the shake challenge. The broke boy.
You got to fucking smoke shake and a
Shake.
grape swisher.
Man, that's just awful. That
I'm going to
sounds.
sit here and watch you.
The
guys.
thought of that just gives me a headache.
Headache. Yeah, I was just like,
My head is hurting already from that.
why
But you
do
ain't
that?
got to smoke the whole thing. I just
Just
want
gotta
one big, like the biggest rip you can take. Just one rip.
right.
Just
All
one
right.
big
And
one.
you better inhale.
If you don't
Bill
inhale,
Clinton
we're
that
gonna,
shit now.
yeah, don't be Bill Clinton or Barack Obama that
I
shit.
did not inhale.
Look at
I snorted that shit. Come on now, you know that's good shit.
He probably did out of a butthole. I ain't mad at him.
I'm mad at him.
Why? Just because the president got some slop top, everybody
No,
does.
I'm not mad at him for that. That's pretty cool.
I mean, who wouldn't? You're the
Right?
president.
Why not get your dick sucked?
Right. Maybe his wife wasn't doing it right.
I mean, have you seen his wife?
She looks like a bag of marbles.
I would argue to say worse.
Bag of
than a
pool balls?
I'd probably rather fuck a bag of marbles
Bro.
than Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
It
sense.
would probably be more pleasurable.
Yeah. That's probably true.
I mean, also depends, what kind of bag we're talking here. What's this bag made out of?
It's made out of
Is this a,
grape swisher guts.
grape Swisher guts?
Yeah, we took a bunch of Elmer's
Oh,
glue and
God.
put it together. Let it harden.
I'd still rather fuck that.
Oh, God.
So hot in the face.
So hot.
Hillary Clinton. Hell to the no. What the fuck else we got?
I
You
don't
guys
know.
got any other shit?
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Did you see, apparently, oh, wait. There was an article that I was going to pull up. I don't know if condoning is the right word, but they are allowing people
To do what?
to smoke crack
What?
in New York City. So
Okay.
this is a article from the New York Post here. It says smoking crack sanctioned at New York City safe injection sites. So these are, I guess, they have sites where you can safely
They have that
inject
shit.
heroin.
They have that shit in Canada. They've been having
Right?
that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I didn't know they had that in New York. But
Oh shit.
so now you
it's-
can smoke crack. Pretty much, you can do whatever you want to do there. You can smoke crack, meth,
That's how it should be.
K2, which
K2 makes you go crazy.
Ugh. Why would you want to do that? Just to get some real weed.
isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Bro, K2 is real popular because I'll be watching that show.
Well,
60.
nah. Who the fuck smokes?
I be
that
watching
shit?
60 Days In,
What the fuck
jail
is
shit.
K2?
And people be smoking K2 all the time. They call it clone.
What is K2? Isn't
It's just
that
synthetic-
fake weed
it's
shit?
synthetic fake weed.
Yeah. Ugh. I remember when that shit first came out. Everybody thought it was cool.
I never
Then
smoked.
it quickly never. I remember I got a bag of it at the gas station. It was like some blueberry shit.
Okay,
And I rolled it up and I hit it one time and I was like, oh God, no. And I just left the blunt in the ashtrays like as a prank for all my friends. When they came in.
yeah, like
They
don't
come
like
in,
that.
Like, hey boy, hey, like that shit up. They light it up there.
The fuck is this?
Like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, gotcha, bitch.
All right, so yeah, K2 is a kind of synthetic cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid. I can't say that fucking word right.
Cannabinoid.
Also known as spice. Yeah, so it's that fake spice weed bullshit. That shit is still around?
Remember looking at the Hot Time magazines back in the day? You could
Yeah.
order that fake shit.
Yeah.
That's what they call
That shit
it,
is
like
still around, nigga.
Himalayan gold.
Himalayan apple.
So enables the consumption of substance through liquid form. So I think what a lot of it is they'll take like sage or something
Okay.
and then they'll put the liquid form, like they'll spray the sage with K2. So that's how you like get the chemical. And you're also smoking fucking sage.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's like fucking smoking potpourri and shit.
Trash.
But why that's crazy. I mean, why you smoke crack or heroin or whatever,
That's your business.
but I guess that's kind of a good thing.
And
But what do you think?
What the fuck is actually bath salts? Like, because I know it's not like the
I don't
shit
know.
you get at Bed Bath and Beyond.
I think they're smoking actual bath salt.
No, it's not actual bath salt.
It's just like
I think it's a
'cause
term.
It looks like bath salt.
Let me see.
I don't know, but it makes people do stuff naked and they run the streets, and I don't
I
want
was
any
like,
part
why
of
would
it.
you smoke? You supposed to soak in that.
I like to smoke stuff that has me running through my refrigerator.
Okay.
I rip my fridge door open like it's got warrants.
What you got in here, bitch? Open up. What you got in here? Some chocolate milk, bitch.
What's in here? Who's all these? I'm about to eat you.
All right. So this is from the fucking DEA, DEA.gov.
I don't trust it.
Well, I mean, whatever. But it said, what are bath salts? Synthetic stimulants, often referred to as bath salts, are a form of a synthetic cato. I can't fucking say that word. Let's see. Cathinone. Something like that. Form of a synthetic cathinone class of drugs. Synthetic cathinones are central nervous stimulants and are designed to mimic effects similar to those produced by cocaine, methamphetamine, and ecstasy.
Okay, so it's fake shit then. Yeah.
It's synthetic meth. Well, meth is kind of synthetic too.
It's
and
some
so
shit
is
you shouldn't smoke.
cocaine, and so is MDMA. But it's just another fucking form of that crazy shit. I mean, well, not all that's crazy. I mean, whatever, cocaine, whatever. MDMA,
Yeah.
I'm A-okay with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, methamphetamine, you know, you
okay
probably
with
should.
drugs?
No, I wouldn't never say that. Who said
That's
that?
good.
I didn't say that.
You should be a good Christian like Crespo.
Yes, because
Yep.
I don't know if you've heard, but drugs are bad.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you
I don't
ain't
know if you've
about-
heard that.
If you ain't about Jesus, you know what's gonna happen.
You get hit with that K.
Okay.
All right, so synthetic cathinones are manufactured in East Asia. and have been distributed at wholesale levels throughout Europe, North America, Australia, and other parts of the world. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, most def. Like, but I think they should, like I said, you know,
I mean, all drugs should be legal, and that would solve a lot of this problem. People.
But that's what they have in Canada. I watched this documentary. They had a place where you could go do heroin. So you bring your drugs, and then they had safe needles. They had. Hopefully
they have they can test it for you.
They had everything you needed to do. They had like tables, you had your own little section. And then upstairs there was like a rehab center if you needed help or if you wanted help. But otherwise you could come in, do your drugs, freak out, and then leave.
I mean, that's better than having motherfuckers out on the streets strung out.
True.
On shit or whatever. Or people overdosing or having a lot of shit's laced with fentanyl.
For sure.
And you're not trying to necessarily do fentanyl, but your coke is laced with it or something, and you fucking OD on fentanyl and die. If you go there and they can test it for you and be like, hey, this has fentanyl, and you're like, oh, well.
Man,
Let me just do a little bit then.
I saw a thing the other day. I think it was on World Star, but it was this cop. He opened this dumpster. And he's like, what are you doing? And the dude was like, I'm not smoking crack. And then he was like,
I think that means you're smoking crack, sir.
And then he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm smoking crack.
He's like, okay.
He's like,
it was
okay.
definitely a skit. It had to be.
Then he closed. I think it was a skit.
Okay. He was like, that was easy.
But that shit had me cracking up, though. I'm not smoking crack. All right, I'm smoking crack.
I'm smoking crack.
But like, hey, if you want to do drugs, I don't give a fuck. I don't.
I mean, as long as you're not bothering nobody.
As long as you're not bothering anybody.
You should be able to do whatever you want.
I remember when you used to watch, what was that show, Live PD all the time?
Yeah.
I remember watching this one episode. This nigga, he was an old black dude, fucking took the cops on the chase, fucking crashed his car.
Move your mic a little bit.
Ran all the way, crashed his car, ran all the way back to the house, hid like in the crevice of the top of the attic somehow.
I remember that.
And he found that nigga.
Yeah. On the chase, running, dipped off in the attic.
Bruh, I was like, the fact that he got up there and was hiding, I was like,
trying to escape 12.
Man.
I mean, those things happen. Like, most of the stuff from Live PD could be avoidable because, one, if the cops stop being dickheads, and two, like, it always leads to some shit. Like, I saw this one lady, right? They pulled her over. She had a fucking tag light out, okay? Tag light. Stupid as fuck. It's daytime. So, they pull her over because, I mean, it's like dusk, getting ready to get dark. Pull her over. So they pull her out of the car because they're like, we smell something. This bitch.
They can just say that.
Right. But this bitch had an entire meth setup with her. Like, bro, her backpack she had meth.
Smell something, bitch.
She had like seven mirrors, like, like a fucking 5x7 mirrors.
Yeah.
She had everything. Like, her whole trunk was just littered with evidence. And I'm like, but why?
Why would you do that?
Why do you have everything on you?
Maybe she needed to transport the stupid shit.
Another one I saw on Live PD that I thought was super fucked up. They pulled over this old black dude. He looked like Mr. Bowles from high school. Right.
Shout out Lonzo Bowles.
Like, he was a short little black dude. Like, our teacher, he used to wear a bow tie every day. And
I wonder if that dude was Muslim.
He might have been.
I never thought of that at the time, but knowing what I know, he was always wearing bow ties and shit.
Yeah.
And like,
he's
probably Muslim.
So this dude got pulled over, and the cop's like, the dude's like, cop's like, you got a headlight
observation.
Out. He goes, all right, cool, I got a headlight out, whatever. So he walks up to his headlight and slaps it. Light comes on. That's when the cop should have said, have a good day. No.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. He went back to his car, ran his shit, and he was like, hey, man, it says you got a CCW. And the dude was like, yeah, I got one. And he was like, well, you got to tell me that when I pull you over. And he's like, but why? Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm not being a criminal. I had a headlight out. So they were like, well, we just need to see your gun. And then they searched his car, and they found like 2 pounds of weed and a bunch of cash. And I was like, donde? But at the same time, why'd you need to search his shit?
I mean, that's the whole point. That's why they can pull. And no reality would this make sense, except this one for some reason, where some guy who nobody approved, we all didn't approve, they can just sit there and you better pull over or we can chase you down and kill you. And we can just search through your shit, and if we find something in there that we don't like, then we can lock you in a cage.
That way.
But also on that show, a lot of people, they got caught up in some shit, like, because they got rid of some evidence in a case. Like, A&E deleted it, or somebody did.
I think I remember something about that.
And they got in trouble. And then, obviously,
and then that's why they had to.
Everybody got canceled.
Yeah.
But there was another episode where this dude got pulled over, and it was in Florida. And they searched, like, they were like, we need to search your car. We smell drugs. And he was like, ain't shit in here. So he got out of the car, young black dude. Dog walked all in his shit, like claws on everything.
Yeah, scratch your shit all up.
And then they didn't find it. And like they walked the dog around it, and they were like, oh, he hit it for drugs. So he went through the car, didn't find any drugs. And he's like, well, so what's up with your fucking dog? He's like, you guys gonna pay for the shit he just walked through? Like, this dude was hot, which anybody would be.
Yeah.
And the cop's response was, hey, man, we didn't find anything, so get out of here. Get out of here. Because
let me let a dog scratch your car all up and rummage all through it and fuck your shit up. Have a nice day,
but
sir.
now when you argue the shit, they want you to just go away.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Bro, I seen this video
That's bullshit.
today on, I think it was on Reddit, but it was this black dude, and it was like security cam footage or something from like inside his house. And I think his like door was unlocked or some shit like that. Apparently his alarm had gone off, and then he was on the phone with the alarm people and was like, all right, it's fine. And then
I think I've seen that.
He like went back down to go to sleep.
I know what you're talking about.
Cop comes in his house or whatever because they got a call or something, you know, because the alarm went off. And apparently he like yelled, dude's asleep, so he didn't hear him. And he waits a while, yells again, and dude comes out. He's like, hey, what the fuck? Or whatever. And it's a fat black dude in his drawers. Yeah. And he's like, come outside now. He's like, got his gun drawn. Doesn't bother to be like, hey, is this your house or what's going on? Like, just, it's a black dude in his drawers in a house. So obviously he broke in, right? Because it's a groggy black dude, you know. And he's like, what's going on? He's like, come outside. He's like, I'm in my drawers, man. He's like, I just woke up. Or wherever the fuck. And he ends up, then his fucking supervisor, more fucking Gestapo show up, and this fuck nigga cop explains this story. He's like, so, you know, I came in and we got the call, and I yelled, and then I didn't hear anything, and I yelled again, and then he came down, I told him to, you know, get on his knees. He didn't want to comply, and the dude's like, come on, bro. Like, the whole time, dude's like, what the fuck? He's like, this is my house. Yeah. Or whatever. And they're not even asking him for ID or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It could have easily been solved. Like, can I see your ID?
Bro,
yeah, here's my ID.
Up.
Okay, this is your house. Have a nice day, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience. But they put him in cuffs. They fucking put him in the car. And I didn't finish watching the whole fucking video, but I think he went to jail and got charged with some shit.
But that's his house.
He was in his house, and his alarm went off, and 12 showed up and
did you see
arrested
12 with the man in the wheelchair in Arizona?
No, I didn't see about that.
Big fella, there was a man. He's in his 60s, and he stole a toolbox. He stole a toolbox from Walmart, like a toolbox, like a handyman plumber's toolbox. Boop boop. Now, mind you, this man is in a motorized wheelchair.
Yeah, like motorized wheelchair.
Like,
I got no legs.
You're just like, bye.
You just walk, casually saunter up next to him and be like, excuse me, sir. You put a foot in front of his fucking wheel and be like, stop, sir.
You put a wet force sign.
Right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He's in a wheelchair. He took off, right? So most places there's a Lowe's next to a fucking Walmart.
Right. For some weird reason.
It's weird,
I'm
right?
sure it's on purpose.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. There's ones around here. There's ones everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
So he ran over to Lowe's. Mind you, he rolled over to Lowe's. So he's rolling. Fucking, as he left Walmart, the dude was like, hey, man, I need to see your receipt. And he pulled a knife out and was like, this is my receipt. And he took off, right? So, mind you, this is a comical situation in my book. So
far.
He takes off. And if I worked at Walmart, I'd have been like, hi, guess what just happened to me? Some nigga in a wheelchair just pulled a knife on me and took off with a toolbox. I'd be like, funny shit.
He earned that toolbox. Nigga, like.
So he rolls over to Lowe's, right? Then this is when shit happens. 12 shows up. It's never good when 12 shows up.
Nope.
So 12 shows up, and they run up to the man, and then he's trying to roll into Lowe's. So instead of grabbing his wheelchair, they yelled, freeze, and then gunned him down from behind.
Yeah, they just walk up on him, yell freeze, and then shoot him. Just light him up. He's in a wheelchair, like not even moving in the wheelchair.
They gunned him down from behind.
Like,
Big fella.
I mean, from like side behind, but yeah, behind.
Yeah, like
You didn't lunge at him with a knife. I mean, he's in a wheelchair.
so the officer got
Comical.
fired, and obviously, you know, no charges or none of that shit.
Of course not. I mean, you can kill people.
This nigga,
Big
this
fella.
nigga stole a tool
toolbox.
set, and then he went to Lowe's to go steal some more shit.
No, he was probably just trying to get away, and like
Right.
he
But-
was
but in this
wheeling
situ-
past Lowe's. He wasn't inside. He was like out with like the front of the garden center area. And then 12 stopped him, and then he was like, "Fuck you," and then, or he didn't even say that. Like they just said, "Hey, sir, freeze," or whatever, and
He's
then.
like, "Fuck you, sonny."
Bro, I think a simple would have been fine.
I mean, they could have tased him or
because in that
grabbed his wheelchair. He could have flipped his wheelchair.
That's true because
He was no threat, none whatsoever. It wasn't like he was running at you with a gun.
Old man in a wheelchair.
It was a
with a knife.
With a knife.
60-year-old man in a
He
wheelchair.
didn't have a gun.
He had a toolbox. He had a knife and a toolbox, and got gunned down.
Could have dumped his chair very easily.
Gun down.
Handicapped people are pretty easy to beat up.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm not speaking from experience or nothing like that. You know what? I apologize for that, Ben. You were right. Cops are the best, and I would never.
It's just
ever
crazy
besmirch
that they gunned
the
down.
honorable position of law enforcement.
They gunned
bro.
down a man in a wheelchair.
No, that guy was coming at him.
He was running away from him.
No, he was. See, you're viewing this
what
through
you
an
get.
obscured lens. He was coming at them through. He was going to go around the world because they know he's got this crazy wheelchair. So he was going to go forward away from them to come back around to get behind them.
Yeah.
Word.
And that cop knew that because he was smart. So he had to shoot him because this guy was a time criminal.
I believe it.
I guess he was a time criminal.
Yeah, he travels through time and does crazy stuff. You know, you gotta. That guy was coming right at that cop. He had to do what he had to do.
I think 90% of the situations are avoidable to shoot someone.
No, you gotta. I mean, but isn't it like super fun though? Like they got all these fun toys and stuff. They want to play with them. You're telling me you can't just like
That's the problem.
let them have fun with their guns a little bit?
I think if you're going to be a police officer and they ask you the question like, "Are you doing this? You know, do you get excited chasing a bad guy?"
Oh shit!
Like,
He could have hit him in the shins.
he could have did that too.
That's
like I think any cop that
cause for
sits
death
there
penalty.
and goes, "Man, I can't wait for some action," you shouldn't be a fucking cop.
Yeah, of course. But that's a lot of them.
You should-
But well, no, that's the ones. Those are the ones we want.
bro, like I was watching.
We want the guys that are like.
I was watching 60
Man, I
Days
can't
In.
wait to shoot a motherfucker.
Like you ever seen 60 Days In? So they send in like people who
Yeah, I
think they
started
can
watching
be.
that on Netflix. I thought it was hilarious.
So they send. I'm on the last season that they just came out with. I think it's
Okay.
season 6. Anyways, they send in people who are police to see if they can last in jail for 60 days and then get the inside on employees and blah 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 blah. So there was this one bitch and she was just a straight fucking. She was like that. Nah, I'm motherfucker, but she was a cop.
Okay. So they sent her to lady prison.
No. Well, no, she worked there.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
she worked there. Like imagine you know the bitch that's sitting there like clicking her nails.
Yeah, she's
looking
got-
at you all
yeah.
fucked up.
yeah.
That's the bitch you want to choke the fuck out.
Okay.
So
No,
there-
that's a beautiful black
she was
queen.
a correctional officer.
How dare
She
you?
was CO.
So
Okay,
there was
all
this
right.
one lady there. She wasn't part of the show or anything. She was just in jail, and I mean she had one tooth.
Ooh, Snaggletooth.
Was it a good one though?
It wasn't.
Oh.
It didn't look like she could eat a quarter pounder.
Snaggletooth.
But she was acting crazy all the time, like cussing people
No,
out.
the lady
because
with
she
one
didn't-
tooth
she
was
didn't-
crazy?
She didn't like this bitch because this bitch, she's fucking bitch, and so she fucking let her out. She took away her free time, but she let her out for medicine. As soon as that door opened, that bitch was ready. She came downstairs, fucking started throwing shit at the bitch, and then the other bitch was just laughing and blah blah blah, like talking all that shit. This bitch that worked there, whenever it was mealtime again, she corroded a bunch of other bitches who didn't like this bitch. Corralled. Didn't like it with this bitch. And she got a bunch of inmates to jump this bitch.
Like a lady who was like
say
a corrections officer.
Say I work there and I know you two.
Yeah, she's
fuckers.
like a correct.
and I go, hey, you two,
a guard.
go fuck this bitch up as soon as I open the door. So that happened.
So-
they beat this bitch up. They pour Kool-Aid all over her shit. Beat
Okay.
this bitch up, right?
Right.
So
What does this have to do with that show? This happened on the show?
this happened on the show.
Okay. They all
But-
recorded this and showed this? And
Yeah, like
Okay.
they were showing all of how fucked up the jail is because
Alright.
that shit's fucked up. Like you can't be having correctional officers ganging up with inmates beating up other bitches.
whoa. Okay, I'm confused by what happened here. So,
This is what happened. One bitch was in jail, didn't have anything to do with the show. She was just there.
Okay.
So the other bitches who have to do with the show, the actors or whatever,
they're
they're on the side. So this bitch is in jail.
mm-hmm.
There's a bitch that
So
works there.
Laquanda is in jail.
Laquanda works there.
Okay.
The white bitch that's in jail with the one tooth, we'll just say her name's Sally.
Sally and Laquanda. So Laquanda is a corrections officer.
She's a correctional officer who
Okay.
likes to clack her nails and look at you stupid.
Okay.
Go, nah, I'm motherfucker.
Okay.
And she don't
Right.
like Snaggletooth Sam.
She don't like Snaggletooth Sally.
Bet.
So the first incident, she let Snaggletooth Sally out for medicine.
Right. And then Snaggletooth Sally
Came downstairs,
throwing shit
started
at her.
throwing trash,
Throwing
and all
trash
kinds of
at
shit. Anything
fucking
she could pick up on the
Laquanda.
desk, she threw it at Laquanda.
All right.
So the next night, Laquanda's working.
Bet.
Sally's in her cell. When food time comes, because it's dinner time, Laquanda's the only bitch in there. So
Yeah.
she opens the door, but all her friends who are in jail go up there and beat Sally's ass.
Okay. So the guard got the inmate fucked up. Okay.
Right.
I see.
So then the production crew was like, that ain't right.
Yeah.
And went to the people who worked there. One of the bosses walked in the next day. He looked that bitch dead in the face and was like, you need to come with me. So they went down there, and then the next scene shows that bitch sitting in the car. She's like, I got fired, and I don't know what I did. And she was all crying and shit, and the producer's like, you had a bitch beat up.
You got fired?
She got fired. That was it. Just fired.
She should be in jail with him now. Like, okay, now you're under arrest right now. Fucking change your clothes, get your ass in right next to this bitch.
Here's a bologna.
You're
sandwich.
Sally now with Sally.
But that fucking show, man, like, is so fucked up. Like, the shit that goes on in jail, which I agree that people did bad things. Some people didn't do shit.
Yeah.
But they're in jail with crazy people. And just the conditions, like,
Oh, it's terrible.
like the officers don't give a fuck. Like,
Because they're criminals. Those are bad people.
but it's all fucked up.
They-
but I
they
was like,
deserve it.
that's super fucked up. Like, if I work there and I know you two fucks, and I'm like, I don't like Jimmy, and then
I'm
you
like,
two go beat up Jimmy when I open,
fuck
and I can
Jimmy
control his door.
Yeah.
I'm like, open, close, open, close, open, close.
Just open mine and Crespo's doors and open his door and then close his door and
It's so grimy. It's so grimy.
we'll fuck him up.
Well, fuck him up, chicken.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, fucking
The shit's fucked up.
jail.
Then the
is-
bitch got fired, and she was like, I don't know.
I mean,
what
yeah,
I
she
did.
should be in jail. She
She
now
should.
her 40 years, yeah, for sure.
40?
'Cause that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you two are judges, and then like you get to hand down the sentence. Like Quincy tells you, like, and then you're just like,
bitch, 40 years,
then you hit the drop.
bro. I hate to keep talking about this fucking shit, but maybe I don't. But I watched another fucking video. It was like courtroom footage of it was like a local court, but essentially this dude's lawyer and the prosecutor, or this dude's lawyer conspired with the prosecutor to just get this dude arrested.
I think I might have seen that.
He missed one court day and he was late for one, and it's had been an ongoing thing for like a couple of years or something like that. So it's not like he was constantly late all the time or whatever the fuck, but he just pretty much talked to the prosecutor and then talked to the judge like, can we just issue a warrant or whatever the fuck, because I don't think he's gonna be here or whatever the fuck, like. And it was, so they started the proceeding 15 minutes before he was supposed to be there, and then he shows up probably on time because the camera shows him like there's a large crowd of people in front of the courtroom, and he's in the courtroom like 9:15 or 9:10 or something like that, and then he's standing around like waiting, whatever the fuck, doesn't know what's going on, waiting for them to call him and shit, and they already know that they're going to arrest him, and like there's audio of like the judge and shit like, oh yeah, that's him right there. Like he doesn't even know. He's probably talking on the phone frantically to his lawyer, freaking out or whatever. Because after forever, the prosecutor walks up to him and informs him that a warrant's been issued for you, so you're going to get arrested. And one of the dudes who I don't remember what fucking job he has, but he acts like he doesn't see the dude over there talking to her. And then they wait like another hour and a half, just letting him walk around acting like they don't even know he's there. And then they finally call him in or whatever, and they're like, oh, so finally nice of you to join us since you're late all the time and blah, blah, blah. And then they just throw him in jail, and they're all laughing and having a good old time about it. Like, this fucking, he's talking on the phone to his lawyer, freaking out.
It's fucked up, man.
Trash.
Just like I be talking about the nigga that just got out, old Kevin Strickland. Like, bro, 43 years, I want $100 million now.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's real fucked up? They gave that nigga a GoFundMe page, right? It's at like 1.7. They said he can't have any access to the money until he can open a bank account. And in order to open a bank account, you have to have a social security card and a birth certificate.
And he doesn't have any of that stuff because he's been in prison for 50 years or whatever the fuck and probably lost all that shit.
Being in prison for 43 years, how do you, like, because you have to get an ID. Then to get an ID, you have to go down to Social Security office, and then you have to file for a card, which takes...
It's going to be a fucking bureaucratic chain of fucking bullshit,
bro. And then they invited,
for him.
like, bro, if I did 43 and the mayor invited me to turn the lights on, nigga, I'm turning his lights off, nigga.
Right. Right.
Like, nigga, get me on my paperwork now.
Give me my
crazy.
money now.
At the
And you know
very
what's
least,
even
my
more fucked up?
ID and my
In the state of
birth
Missouri,
certificate.
what's real fucked up, in the state of Missouri, in order to get any kind of clemency, like, no, is that the right word? Like, to get money?
Yeah,
like,
I think that's the right word.
To get any of your money, that they have to have a trial that proves DNA. DNA has to overrule, like, your conviction. Like, so they have to have DNA evidence that says you didn't do it to get any kind
what
of
happened
money.
to innocent until proven guilty, right?
Like, bro, a bunch of people recounted their stories. One bitch who witnessed it said he didn't do it, then died. Another nigga who said he did it died.
Yeah, like,
I want all of my money right the fuck.
I mean, that's still...
Because listening to his story, he's like, bro, I can't have kids. He's like, I had to visit my mom's grave. He's like, all this shit. I was like, bro, you a stronger person than I am because I would be fucking tearing shit up.
I mean, I don't know. Because if you, after you've been in there that long, you have to accept this is
you have to
your
accept
life.
reality.
So you can't.
I want 50. No, fuck that.
Because him
I want
freaking out
100
and like going on a
million.
killing spree or something isn't. They're just gonna kill him and be like, "Oh, look, he probably did really do it." You know what I'm saying?
70s.
So
most of the people who fucking put him in jail are dead, and most of the people who want to keep him in jail weren't even born in the 70s.
yeah, weren't even alive when he was fucking on trial.
Facts.
It's fucked
That's it.
up.
Yeah,
man.
that's our system for you. It's great. It
Yeah,
works.
like I
It's
be
perfect.
watching a lot of court TV, and they show cops who get arrested for planting drugs. Like one dude, he was in there, and he's like, "I didn't plant those drugs," and the judge is like, "That is your hand with drugs in it, and you put it in that lady's car," and he's like, "Well."
How'd they get
Can you
How'd that
define
get
the
there?
word
and then
plant?
and then the judge gave him 12 and a half years, and then all of a sudden he was like,
Please.
like, don't be doing fucked up shit, nigga.
I didn't mean to do.
Yeah, I mean,
But that ruins people's lives. Like, bro, like people who you planted drugs on them, now they have to go through probation. Now
And
they
for
have
what?
to go to jail. Now they have, because he wanted to make his way up to a better position.
Yeah.
That was it. That was his excuse.
because
Like,
your selfish needs, you will be willing to ruin the lives and do what I would argue
Trash.
evil upon the citizens of this nation.
speaking of this nation, I think we're all fucked.
No, man, everything. Why? Why do you say that? Everything's going good. Is there any
Because-
like bad news or anything?
Bro, people can't drive for shit. People don't have any common sense.
Yeah, they do. That's why it's called common sense, because everybody has it.
People don't know shit. People don't do shit.
Yeah, they do.
People are retarded.
You're being a
No.
grouch.
I'm what?
Yeah, you're a real grouch right now. You're being a
There's
Grinch.
people that I like and that I listen to and take advice from and that I think are good people. But then just everyday common folk, I'm just like, what in the fuck are
I think
you
a lot
doing?
of people are consumed with a lot of their own shit going on and don't potentially have the patience or the option to like pay attention really to what's going on, and they get they just listen to whatever they're told. And like, yeah, okay, sure, all right, that's it. All right, that's the truth.
Just random stuff like use your turn signal, go the speed limit.
Apparently, Marcus was behind some shitty drivers or something today.
Yeah,
I was. People suck.
it's okay.
I mean,
I do the speed
yeah.
limit. Like I don't speed. I don't be weaving in and out of people. I don't be doing any of this shit. I use my turn signals, but bro, people suck.
Yeah.
But just common sense in general. Like, so many people are entitled. Like, I was watching videos. Like, if I was an Uber driver, I'd have got fired my first day. Because the first person who spits on me or does some shit in the backseat of my car.
Shit, yeah.
Bro, like that one lady.
I think
that
we
one
watched
lady
that
got
one.
into the wrong Uber, and then that lady was like, oh, wait, you're not my person. And then that bitch was like, what? And then she spit on her. And got
Dude,
out
I
of the
think he
car.
wasn't even an Uber. I think he was just a dude.
No, I saw a chick. It was a chick and a chick.
No, I'm saying that
yeah.
video, like, I think that dude wasn't an Uber driver or something, I think. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Earlier, I watched the video. They showed this bitch at a coffee shop, and she was getting food, and her card got declined. The lady behind the counter was like, oh, ma'am, your card was declined. Like, you want to try something else.
Right.
And the bitch smacked the fuck out of her and then ran out of the store. I was like,
I mean, I guess that's a play. She's like,
I'm go, bro. I would have. Oh man, like you would have got the brakes beat.
Did she
out
have
of
her
you.
food already?
No, she just took off with nothing.
Oh, well, then that's stupid. You didn't even get your food? I thought
Like,
she had her food
I would-
already. She's
Bro,
like,
like-
I'm out.
I got my food, bitch.
I be beating the brakes.
Yeah, that's just stupid. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't. Man, yeah. If somebody just smacked me like that, and I'm working at a place, like, bro, I'm about to lose my job because I have to fuck you up now.
Yeah.
Right.
Have to get them.
Like people who destroy McDonald's and Burger Kings over chicken nuggets.
Destroying the McDonald's or whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'll sit back and be
But
like,
that just shows you're
you're freaking out, whatever.
Your
But
fucking childish minds.
for sure, like this person is obviously a dumbass. But if I'm working at McDonald's or Starbucks or something, and somebody starts breaking all this shit, I'll be like, this ain't my shit.
Bro, like I know somebody who be doing, like he used to be a teacher. He be doing substitute teaching. He said the other day he walked in this class and he said he fucking was trying to get all the kids like, hey, look, listen, class is about to start. He said this one girl looked him in the eyes and said, shut the fuck up. I ain't gotta do nothing. You tell me. And I was like,
how old was this kid?
High school, nigga. It's like 15.
Okay.
And I was like, bro, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I would have had to call their parents and said I fucked your son up or your daughter up. Like, I couldn't do it.
That's because
couldn't do it.
Motherfuckers ain't got no goddamn respect.
Goddamn home training, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta talk to your kids and
That's
shit.
crazy.
You can't.
I would never talk.
Because big fella, imagine if you said that as a child to your teacher. When you got home, what would have happened? You would have had to plan out your funeral.
I mean, yeah, because you know you about to get that ass.
I mean, bro, I would dream of saying those things to teachers, but never. Like the worst thing I've ever said to a teacher, because I was the type of kid that would talk back and like try to be funny and shit or whatever, but I called Mr. Bowles a buster.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and I got a detention or something because
He's like, shut up, you buster.
No, I wasn't even like that. I can't remember what exactly I got in trouble for doing whatever, and he said something to me. I was like, man, you a buster. And he was like, what'd you say? Because this is back in the day when I was calling everybody busters, I guess. and he was like, what'd you say? I was like, I said you a buster.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then, detention or whatever the fuck. But that's not saying, shut the fuck up. I ain't got to do anything you tell me. Stupid
detention,
bitch. Yeah, like,
detention back in high school, though, I remember walking by detention one time and they was playing San Andreas. I said, hold up.
Wait a minute, y'all niggas playing San Andreas?
I said, hold up. Can I?
I mean, yeah,
can I come sit here with y'all? What's going on? Yeah.
I mean, shit, like in school suspension, if you had the right teacher like supervising that class, they didn't give a fuck. It would be better to be in school suspension than me, because you would just go in there and fuck off and not do shit.
Big fella, imagine your parents get a phone call and you told the teacher to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you going that away. Your parents are going that away for child abuse because they're going to beat the shit out of you.
That is correct.
That is correct. That is correct. I don't know, man. It's just like the world we live in is so crazy.
People like they are married and I am jealous of them.
Oh, yeah, that video. Man, so we watched this video. Shout out Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. He was watching this video. Is this like African woman? She was probably like in her mid 30s or something like that.
Was Fivehead.
She did have a big old forehead, but she was just crying on TikTok for clout, crying about how she's upset that she was into all this feminism stuff in her young age and no man was good enough or whatever, and now she's just jealous of when she sees married people and she's, you know, she knows she thinks she knows she's never gonna find a husband or whatever the fuck, and she's like, I am so sorry and I want all this feminism shit or whatever. I mean, it wasn't like that, but I mean,
marry him and
I will cook for you. I will wash your clothes. I want to suck your dick, everything. She didn't say that, but
She did say that.
but
That's what it's gonna take.
but I mean, it was a sad video to watch if you don't really think about it when you're think deeper about it, because yeah, it's like, oh man, she's crying and she's all sad and she's like, man, I've like threw away my good years or something like that for this nonsense. But at the same time, she was feeling some type of way. Imagine sitting home alone and starting to think about stuff and just start feeling real sad and being like, man, and like really thinking about your life and starting to cry and shit and be like, let me pull my phone out real quick and do a TikTok.
Bro,
Okay, so
anybody
hello,
who makes a sad TikTok video,
like you are hamming it up.
Yeah.
You pulled out your phone and started recording for you when you're crying, or
That bitch
maybe
was like
you.
this.
She was probably She was like, okay, let's do this. Okay, TikTok world, I am so sorry.
That bitch had a spray bottle.
Yeah. Like, come on now. I don't feel sorry. I immediately lose all sorriness
The whole time
or sympathy
she was
for you.
recording, she had a plate of raw cut onions.
Yeah, about her. She had onions. She was eating lemon heads. That's what it was.
Jesus.
It's them lemon
She had
heads.
a bunch of lemon heads.
These lemon heads are so delicious.
God. Oh my God.
But yeah, it was
terrible.
it was pretty funny, but sad. But yeah.
Quincy hit her up.
I mean, I hit her up. I was like, so
He was like,
talking about.
He was like, I'll smash, but
Shit, I ain't about to fucking put no baby in you, bitch. Are you crazy? Please put a baby in me.
Bro, I couldn't. Like, man, TikTok, like, I fucking hate TikTok.
Bro, it's
I don't even
the
have
dumbest shit. I don't understand. There's a fucking trend on TikTok that tons of these motherfuckers are doing where I could potentially understand like lip syncing a song. Like, okay, this is this cool song.
Yeah.
I like this song, but I can't sing. So I'm going to fucking do a gay dance and act like it's me singing this song or whatever the fuck.
Huh.
Okay, that's somewhat understandable. No. These motherfuckers just take fucking voice speech, like snippets from stand-up routines or just other TikTokers saying something, and they lip sync that, and they do something of them like saying, they're not even saying anything, they're lip syncing somebody else saying something.
Yeah,
It's the most unoriginal, fucking ridiculous nonsense.
bro.
And it's everybody on there is doing that shit.
There's a bunch of dumb shit in the world. Like, you know that show, The Masked Singer?
Yes.
So
Unfortunately, I do.
They have another show where they take people who are singing and they animate them. Like,
So it's the animated singer?
yeah, or something like
It's just the same shit, but you got to guess
Cannon
who it is.
Getting so much money off of
Dude,
that.
fuck that nigga.
that. Yeah. I mean, Nick Cannon is getting
guwap off of that.
Nick Cannon's a fucking towel head. How about that?
He does wear a towel on his head.
That's why I said it.
Sir, that's a racist.
No, it has nothing to do with his race. He literally fucking wears a towel head.
Maybe that's where he keeps his backwoods.
You know the nigga smokes swishers. Come on now.
Why
That
would
is
you
true,
keep it there,
Christ.
though? That sounds like a bad spot. Like a back pocket or side pocket. would
Yeah,
be
you know his head is. You know how greasy them turbans are. How much soul glow is just trapped in them fibers.
What are you saying about the turbans?
Hold on, my friend. Do not talk about this soul glow. First of all, I put
Holy
all of this
shit.
soul glow in my mustache.
We're about to get canceled.
It's
Yeah.
about to get it. It's about to get shut down.
No. Wait, my friend. This is this Oglo. It is the best.
Let's just do some betties.
Man, I'm canceled. I think we could probably call it right there, fellas.
Let's call it.
yes.
Fucking another episode in the motherfucking bag.
In the
Go
bag.
home and eat Marcus' mama. I mean dinner.
Sir,
What?
we can't be talking
Go
like
home
that
and eat your,
because that's...
Your mama got a couple Lunchables over there for me to eat.
I'm gonna kill you if you think about it.
I'm already over there.
I don't condone that, but I understand.
I'm gonna wash it down with some of her organic juices.
Hey.
All right, well, Roll Up Gas.
We're in here.
Podcast. Appreciate y'all checking us out. Hit us with that like, that
Let's
subscribe.
go.
You know, we appreciate it. Hit us up with any questions and comments and shit at rollupgaspodcast@gmail.com. Next week, we going to do that fucking milk challenge, Marcus Gallon challenge.
Yes, tune in.
Tune in for that.
You're only allowed a couple amount of cookies, too.
No, you can have all the cookies he wants.
All right.
I wouldn't recommend it, but anyway. Roll Up Gas
see what
Podcast. We out, baby.
Hey, do I get to drink it out of the gallon or can I pour it in a cup?
Nope, you got to take it like a thug and just chug this.